All right, time to do a little bit of a chill thing. This is not a chill and draw, but we're gonna we're gonna have some fun with this. So I am a huge foodie. I like all types of food. I definitely have some dislikes, but one thing is certain: I like food. I think there's gonna be a whole lot that you guys get to learn this episode. So I reference my healing journey a lot, and it's a story all on its own that we're not really going to get into right now. There are aspects of it that you have to understand in order to know why it's relevant, but the gist here is that for a long time, I wasn't an artist, and that wasn't good for me. During that time, my creative tendencies, my creativity in general, ended up finding different ways out, and one of them was definitely food. Believe it or not, you can't really not believe it because I have video proof. I actually had a whole cooking journey at one point. I was making food and recording videos of like all types of things that I had finished making. This was back when my IG was private and the rest of the world didn't have to see anything from me. I was dedicated to it. It showed me that I was missing something, and ultimately, this was one of the many catalysts leading me back to art. Naturally, I still cook because I need to survive, and it's still fun. Maybe I'll sprinkle in one of those cooking videos here and there in short form content, but I don't know. We'll see. All of this is to say that I love food. Just because it's not the main focus of my creativity now doesn't mean that there isn't a space for it. I actually do food art studies all the time, especially when Swan and I are traveling. I specifically have a sweet tooth that can always be satisfied by any of my favorites, but it's heavily influenced by the season. That brings us to the main focus of this video. It's summer, and I love ice cream. I did some art a while back with, some girl preparing to enjoy some ice cream, but that wasn't the best, so I think it's time to do it justice, hence the sketch in the background. Let's work our way through rendering this, shall we? So, we're going to be real chill and we're going to be super candid about this. I like all types of sweets. I mean, really, all types of sweets. Cookies, ice cream, donuts, turnovers, candy, cake, other pastries. The list is literally endless. I try to stay healthy, but I can't help but have at least one of these sweets at least a day, It's kind of just a part of my diet at that point. But sweets are great, man. It's always nice to have like a little treat. A lot of times what I'll end up doing is, like I said, like they're tied to the seasons a bit. So I'll enjoy this stuff at all times. But of course, in the summer, ice cream and milkshakes, those things are more prevalent because they're cooler sweets. They're, just a fun time. We start getting towards the fall and I start leaning more towards like coffee things and stuff like that. Yeah, you'll say, oh, that's not really a sweet. I don't know, man. A pumpkin spice latte is pretty sweet when it comes to coffee standards. It doesn't have to be like extremely sweet for me to consider it a sweet. But I drink chai and coffee and different things all throughout the year. Like I partake in all of these sweets throughout the year. But when it comes down to like seasonally, what am I more excited for? What am I leaning towards? It's probably more so something like when it's the summer, it's the colder things. Of course, I'm going to want like funnel cakes and stuff too, because those are great. That hits a huge like nostalgia point for me. But more often than not, you're going to see me with like shakes and stuff. I am one of those weird ducks. I am one of those weird ducks that will drink a shake in the winter if I'm really craving it, or I'll eat ice cream in the winter if I'm craving it. But like, I will be in the warmest place possible to enjoy this stuff. I'm not gonna be outside eating ice cream. That'd be crazy. I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody who's like insane like that, but whatever. Either way, I say all that to say I love sweets. I'm just here to talk, guys. We've got this art going in the background, and I figured, why not say some stuff? Why not talk about different fun things? I think we get towards some of those other sweets. When we get to the fall, I'm thinking more donuts, because like we're kind of in an intermediate space, and I like warm donuts. You'll see some fun like random art that'll kind of showcase what sweets I'm more inclined to have around certain times. I think I'm gonna just, I have like some random duck art that I plan on doing around all that time anyway, so it'll be good. But donuts are more kind of fall, maybe even spring, but like fall for the most part. And then we get deeper into like cookies and stuff, and I love cookies. Swan actually makes some snickerdoodles. They are probably the best snickerdoodles in the world. I'm not saying that because like, we're like together and everything, like we're in a whole relationship. No, like legitimately, I love white macadamia nut cookies. If she makes these snickerdoodles, I will completely forget white macadamia nut cookies exist. I mean, like the Subway white macadamia nut cookies too. Like those are pretty good. If you find some somewhere, they're kind of good. No. If Swan makes her cookies, I forget everything else exists. And especially since like, I could actually put white macadamia nuts and white chocolate in it. Oh yeah, no. It's crazy. Anyway, we're going to move on from that though. You guys don't need to know all about these secrets that I get. I enjoy sweets. More so about the summer though. I got a funny story about ice cream specifically. So have y'all heard Ice Cream by Blackpink and Selena Gomez? Yeah. That song freaky as hell, bro. So here's the fun story about this. So the thing is, I said that I made cooking videos. I've actually made homemade ice cream like multiple times. This is not like it's I did it one time. No, like I made homemade ice cream a lot. And I'll get back to more about that. Maybe I'll even drop in some clips from some of the videos, because like I talk about all this stuff. I have straight up videos that I posted for family and friends when I was doing this. That's how I realized like stuff like this is fun for me. I was really enjoying it. I was happy about it. I was just creating things, and I got to a point where I was like, man, I need to post this stuff. I should put this out for the world. What's wrong with me? There's no point in creating if you're not going to share it. I mean, there is, but I wanted to share it. Yeah, so to link in the song though, right? So I thought that this was like my ice cream theme. I loved it. Like I heard it and I was like, oh, it's so like, cutesy, and like it's just, it's talking about ice cream. I had heard it one time off chance. Didn't even hear the whole song. Just heard like part of it. And I was like, that's nice, right? And so I talked to Swan about this. I was like, yeah, I heard that song like for a second, and it was actually pretty good. Like, I think like, if like I had like a little daughter duck and we wanted to get ice cream, maybe I'd play that. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, it's just, I like ice cream. It's a song. It doesn't even matter. It's just, it's whatever. And she's like, I don't know. Have you like listened to it? And I was like, nah, dude. I only heard it like one time. And so I decided to finally look it up while driving one day. And boy, I heard them lyrics. Ooh. Let's just say I immediately was like, yep, this song is only for me when I'm going to get ice cream. And if there are ever children in the frame, I'm never playing that song around them. That's crazy. That song freaky, bro. It's just one of those things that like you don't really pay attention to. You're just like, yeah, whatever. Oh, this sounds kind of good. And then you finally listen to it for real for the first time, and you realize like, man, yo, they talking about different things. They talking about, you know what I mean? Bro. Anyway, so yeah, All that to say though, I actually had that song in the background of my ice cream videos, and it was a fun thing for me. It's just definitely not for children. So regardless of that though, I mean, if they don't understand the context, they don't understand the context. But I wouldn't play it around kids. That's just me. The last thing you need is somebody reciting any of those lyrics, like someone the age of 10 and below, hell, 12 and below. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are certain ages that are considered adults that I'm like, you're children now. But that's just me. You guys don't need to understand that Sofa is old. Sofa is old man. At least that's how I feel sometimes. I rambled, I yapped hard for that, but yeah, I had a lot of fun cooking. That cooking journey was really important to getting me somewhere. And all the different food that I learned to make along the way, like, it was great. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the art in the background. I'm glad to have been able to kind of throw this one together and do some ice cream art, something that I feel much more proud and happy about. With that being said, I will see you guys soon.